Hey guys, welcome to RR Guitar Community. My name is Eric, and in this lesson we're going to learn some basic beginner chords, how to read chord diagrams, and we're going to show you how to make sure you play each chord perfectly every time. As always, if you want to skip ahead to any section of this video, you can click on the links in the description. Let's get started. In order to play chords, we must first learn how to read chord diagrams. Here we have a diagram for the chord E minor, which we're going to learn how to play first. Place your guitar on your lap facing up like this. Think of a chord diagram as a picture of a certain part of your fretboard. Notice how your thinnest E string, string 1, is at the top, and your thickest E string, string 6, is at the bottom. Also notice how your fret numbers move from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Make sure that you don't read chord diagrams upside down. Some people confuse a chord diagram for a mirror of your fretboard when you're holding it. This is the wrong way to read chord diagrams. Okay, so the main thing to look for on the chord diagram are these black dots. They represent where you put your fingers. The numbers inside the dots are your finger numbers. If you don't know about finger numbers, check out our video, The Perfect Introduction to the Guitar, on our YouTube channel. Link is in the description. Next, you have to make sure you place each finger on the right fret and the right string. For this example here, we have finger 1 on string 5 on the 2nd fret, as well as finger 2 on string 4 on the 2nd fret. The last thing to notice are these O's you see here next to some of the strings. They indicate that you should play these strings open. Playing a string open is a term we use, which means you still play these strings even though you're not fretting them with your left hand or fretting hand. Your chord should look and sound something like this. Please note that keeping your guitar flat on your lap like we did before was nothing more than a way to help you understand chord diagrams. Your guitar should always be pressed flat against your body when playing chords. Okay, now let's start playing some chords. Pick up a plectrum or a pick and strum an E minor chord which we just learned by facing your pick slightly upwards and brushing it downwards over all the strings like this. If your chord didn't sound exactly the same as mine, your guitar might be out of tune. Make sure you tune your guitar before playing these chords. There's plenty of apps you can download online that'll help you with this, and we've linked our favorite one in the description. The next chord we're going to learn how to play is called A suspended second, or Asus2 for short. It looks and sounds like this. This chord looks very similar to E minor, but it's played with different fingers on different strings. So make sure to check you're playing it correctly according to the chord diagram. If your chord is in tune and it still doesn't sound the same as mine, then you might be doing something wrong with your left hand. Let's do some TNT to help you figure out what you're doing wrong. Now we're going to do what we here at RR Guitar Community like to call TNT, which stands for Technique and Troubleshooting. It's a great way to help you play chords cleanly and accurately. Let's get right to it. Make sure that you're pressing down on each string with the very tips of your fingers, and be careful not to let your fingers touch any strings they're not supposed to. Play every string of the chord individually. It should sound nice and clean like this. If it doesn't sound like this, that's okay. Try identifying the notes that sound funny, like this, or like this. We call this sound a buzzy note. If your string sounds buzzy, it means you're not pressing down hard enough on that string with your fretting hand. Try to press down on that string a little harder until the note sounds better. Alternatively, you can try and shift your fingers closer to the fret line so you don't have to press down too hard. Just be careful not to let your fingers go over the fret line like this. We call this a muted sound. If one of your strings are muted, it means that one of your fingers is touching a string it's not supposed to. Make sure your fingers touch nothing else except the strings they're supposed to be playing, especially at the bottom here with the fleshy part of your fingers. Remember to always keep the tips of your fingers bent forward, never straight or backwards. For more good habits and tips, check out our Habits and Tips infographic. A free download link is in the description. Keep practicing until your chord sounds clean and accurate, both with individual strings as well as when you strum them all together. Next, we're going to work on changing between these two chords. Don't move on to this step until you feel completely comfortable playing both these chords cleanly and accurately. For this exercise, we're going to play an E minor chord and hold it for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, we're going to stop playing the chord for 4 beats, which will give you enough time to change to the next chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next time the 1 beat comes in, you have to play Asus2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we stop for another 4 beats where we have to change back to E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's give it a shot. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's important to be able to change between these two chords very quickly. Once you can do 4 beats, you have to keep decreasing the time it takes you to change between the chords. You can follow this link or click on the link in the description to watch our full-length E minor and Asus2 chord changes exercise video. Make sure you do your TNT every time before you do the chord changes exercise.
Thanks so much for watching our video. Remember to like and subscribe for more content.
You can also ring that little bell next to the subscribe button to get notified whenever we release a new video,
which is at least once a week.
Click over here to check out our next video.
Click over here to visit our channel for videos of song tutorials, techniques, full courses, and gear reviews.
We also goof around occasionally with some fun challenges.
Click over here to visit our website.
We have monthly competitions and giveaways.
And in the near future, we'll have user profiles with unlockable achievements,
full educational courses with skill trees,
and personal skill verification with live feedback.
Thanks for being part of our guitar community.
See you next time.